It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
Hey, what it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video back in the confessional. Yes, we stay in a lit big dog. Hey, man, we back with the Danish deception lady. All right, or queen or princess. Whatever she felt, she was getting princess treatment, but the whole time she was getting taken to the cleaners. Well, a lot of people are not agreeing with what she did. A lot of people are calling her a pick me. A lot of women, to be exact, women are not showing this lady any sympathy. But there is one person who is showing her some sympathy. And that person seems to be her friend. But the actual lady who was there with her when she met the Danish deception man, well, let's just say they're no longer friends.
The Danish Deception Part 1. Okay, so it all started in June of 2022. I was in a place in my life where I was working 2 jobs. I was working like a dog and I knew I needed a break. So I reached out to my friend Sarah, who was living in Germany at the time with her husband, and I said, let's take a trip. Let's go somewhere in Europe. And she was so down, and we were trying to decide where we wanted to go. And we decided to go to Hvar, Croatia, because we wanted somewhere that was like a cute local town that was by the water, but it wouldn't be as crazy busy as other places in Europe. We went to Hula Hula, which if you've been to Hvar, you've been to Hula Hula. It's this beach club that's very well known there, and it's right on the water. And we're laying in day beds kind of off to the side, minding our own business, sipping mojitos. And I look up and I see this very attractive man.
Oh my God! Wow!
And the first thing that came to my mind was, this man looks like he is walking straight out of a Calvin Klein ad. And I'm telling you guys, 6'3", blonde hair, blue eyes, chiseled skin, so tan, muscles everywhere. I was definitely taken aback, and I feel like it takes a lot for me to really double take a man just based on his looks like that. And 100%, I was a little bit just in awe. I didn't even realize that he was like with a friend at first. As we're leaving, I decide to make a bold move and just ask him for his Instagram. And obviously I'm trying to be a little sly, so I ask him and his friend for their Instagrams, and we exchange Instagrams. We get into our taxi to go back to our Airbnb, and we're literally en route to our Airbnb, and I get a DM from him, and he basically said, it was so nice meeting you, have fun at Dalmatino, maybe we'll see you guys later. Didn't read anything into it. I just was like, it was fun to just have a conversation with a cute guy. I was like looking at my Instagram story, and I see he's like hearting every single story, and like he's responded to a couple of them. I am not the type of person that reads very much into activity on social media like that.
Stop it. Get some help.
But it was something that I noticed. And we started talking about what we did for work, and I told him that I was working as a real estate agent and in tech. And then he told me, he's like, I'm actually chief commercial officer for a ad tech company that does marketing for real estate companies. So I was working in real estate and tech, and he was working in real estate and tech, and everything just like felt like it was aligning. But again, I'm like, this guy lives in Copenhagen. There's nothing that's gonna come from
Good
this.
afternoon. After getting off my live last night, I received a DM. If we remember in part 1, she had mentioned how she was traveling and she was meeting up with a friend, I believe in Barcelona. That friend is the one that DM'd me, or should I say ex-friend. She DM'd me with some information. She would like to be anonymous, so I'm going to respect her wishes, but I have the DM on my laptop and I'm reading it, okay? If it sounds choppy, it's because of identifying information. So the DM reads, I used to be close friends with Onyeka and even went on a double date with her and her ex-husband. When we were friends, I told her to be careful of that man, and it seemed too good to be true. And he was suspicious, and she wanted to hear nothing of it. Shocker. Her best friend, Natalie, that's the girl who made the video yesterday, that she mentioned in her story, was there when we were all out to dinner 4 months after she met her ex, and was gassing her up and feeding into her delusions, telling her he is her Prince Charming and who she asked God for. So now we know why, Natalie's considered the best friend. Okay? So yeah, she had people in her life, including her brother-in-law, married to her sister, question her ex's Olympian status, and instead she just cut some of us off who questioned the legitimacy of their relationship. So there were people in her circle that were questioning the legitimacy, and instead of her to take heed, she cut them off. When we met her and Martin for dinner, she said he had just asked her dad for her hand in marriage, and asked us if we were talking about that yet. Mind you, it had been a couple months. Mind you, my husband and I just started dating December 2022 and met the same month she met Martin, and we were like, that is way too fast, and we are just enjoying dating. And we met for our double date March of 2023 after they had gotten married. She also cut me off as a friend because my boyfriend at the time, didn't want to buy a house from her. I'm the same friend in her first video she met up with in Barcelona the day after she met Martin in Croatia. I forgot to mention it in the beginning, but this friend is a person of color. They're not black, they're not white, right? And she mentioned about the fetishization, which is what we were talking about, that Onyeka would tell her, quote, "I love us and our European men." And we were like, that is so weird to say out loud. And this person met her husband, who is European, but he does live in the US for work. So yes, so that is the DM. Moral of the story, if your friends are also questioning some shit, you should listen. Because here we are, 2-3 years later, after she already questioned about this man, and now Miss Girl is literally paying for it.
I'm Natalie from the Danish Deception. My best friend Onyeka married a con man. And yeah, so a lot of people are tagging me. A lot of people are saying a lot of different things about me. So I just wanted to clear the air. And you're saying a lot of different things about my best friend, and you guys don't know her. So first and foremost, I wanted to say Onyeka is one of the best people I've ever met. We met on a dating show called Match Me If You Can. So MTV put all the best, most fun contestants from Too Hot to Handle, Are You the One, The Bachelor, The Challenge, all the different shows. They put us together to date each other. Obviously, Onyeka's straight, so we didn't date. We became best friends from the show. We didn't find love there. So I met Onyeka in a very, authentic way, because when you become best friends with someone on a reality show, like, they become like your family. So I know it was as if we were family or friends in a past life.
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
It was like, as soon as we met, it was instantaneous. Like, everything, like, we had so many similarities. We liked the same things. And even our differences were just like, it was just like, we really like just clicked. It was fun. It was the best friendship that I could have ever had from any reality show. And we became sisters. So Onyeka's a very pure-hearted, good person. That's where I want people to understand. But she is more pure and more innocent than a lot of people understand. Like, there are people that have had really beautiful lives, and they are not aware of the evils of the world. So I want to first start off with that before I talk about what I'm going to talk about. So yes, when the Danish Deception, when her ex-husband, when they were first dating, he was charming and he was nice, and she was so happy, and she has a pure, beautiful heart. And a lot of us out here don't have that kind of like upbringing, so like you don't understand that good people exist. She is one of the good ones.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you
we don't care.
I have a lot to say, because a lot of people are saying all different things about me and my role in this as a, best friend. Onyeka has a lot of good friends because she is a person that flowers and waters her best friends. She takes care of all of her friends, and she has a capacity to do so. A lot of people can't relate to that because a lot of people don't have the energy or the compassion, or, like, Onyeka is just a person that loves having friends. But she's the kind of person that gives to her friends. She's a giver. She's a nurturer. The other thing that I'm seeing, a lot of people are saying that she's a pick-me. Onyeka, when I met her, she told me she's never dated a white guy. She would never date a white guy. She only dates black men.
I beg your pardon?
I beg your pardon?
And she was single for 8 years. So she was never, I remember she was seeing a guy for once, and she walked away from that relationship, had a conversation with him, letting him know this relationship wasn't going to work because he wasn't meeting her needs. And Onyeka's very much a strong-minded person. So the fact that this guy can scam so many people, and he's after the Danish Deception series went live, he's still scamming people and stealing money from women and people. Just shows you the level of intricacy. This guy's a con artist. This guy's a scammer. I am so proud of Onyeka. She truly is such a good person. Like, she's a person that, bro, like, when I met her, I remember she always went to Bible study. She goes to Bible study every week.
Listen, I don't care.
Like, she is a real pure person. And when they were married, I did give her my thoughts when I found out he was a gambling addict. And I will go into another video talking about that. But Onyeka always told me, this is my husband. I need to help him out of this situation, because she's such a godly and pure person and believes in marriage and believes in the oath under God. She's like, I made an oath to God, and like, he is my husband. I have to be there for him, and I have to help get him out of this.
Oh my God!
So she just thought that he was a gambling addict, and she really thought that she could help get him out of it, and she didn't want to just leave him stranded. So that is how good of a person she is. So she did the series to protect other women, because once we found out how extravagant and how extreme his connery is and how many more people he conned, like, she had no idea until the breakup that how many people he had conned. Like, it was like an unraveling of just a nightmare.
Hey, yo, listen, if your friends don't glaze you like this, then they ain't your friends. But sometimes friends that glaze you like this really ain't your friends. It's just what you could do for them. So you got to be careful who you really get glazed by. Apparently, this woman, they calling her the real friend because she glazes the friend that really she not telling her the friend the truth. Really, y'all need to be telling y'all friends the truth. It's so many women, also men. It's people, just people in general, being blinded, and their friends are not telling them, look, yo, you're kind of slipping. Like, when I have a friend or a cousin or somebody and they getting mistreated or misused, I'm like, hey, and I have to give them some tough love. Man, you can't keep doing that. And then, but when it come to me, shit be happening to me and don't nobody say nothing. I be like, nigga, did y'all not see me going through this shit? Actually, I take that back. My mama she be on point with it. She so many times. And sometimes you hate it. You hate to see somebody talking bad on whatever you got going on. Cause you might be happy that you getting mistreated. And you be like, damn, I love that bitch though. But at the same time, you just ignoring the red flags, you're ignoring your family's warnings. All right, so I guess I get it. I get it. But it still don't make it right.
How do you let this colonizer come and scam your your Nigerian ass? Then you cock your phone up. Ou leve téléphone ou pour vin di le monde entier. Le monde entier.
What? What the fuck?
Well, I want to tell you how I, a Nigerian woman, let a Danish loser scam me and my family out of more than $300,000. Hey, mboko jam sezi kon sa $300,000. $100,000 kaka voye. You get your phone out and you come to the internet. I know your family is embarrassed. I don't care how understanding your parents are. You are embarrassing. You are embarrassing. I don't know not one Nigerian woman personally that this could have happened to. Nigerian woman, chop money. Chop money. Say chop, 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 chop. Nigerian women, they were created to spend money. Say chop, 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 chop. Not the other way around, sister. What is going on during Black Women's? Them pilgrims stole that food from them Native Americans, Black Women's Month. And then you get your phone out and you go to TikTok and let me tell Danish deception, Danish delusion. Okay? Nigerian nonsense. Do not embarrass. This is embarrassing. Ou fait honte. I'm not even Nigerian. I'm embarrassed.
Here are my thoughts on the Danish deception. Everybody's sharing their opinions about this lady being very transparent about her experience with a partner. And we have world champion track stars that are running to the comments to tell tell that lady how stupid she is. And I just think it's a lot of hypocrites that run through the comments. It's a lot of hypocrites that love to highlight someone else's failures. That's a common thread I found with people that like to gossip. A lot of times people that gossip, their life is in shambles. And so they take so much joy and entertainment on breaking down how someone else is failing because it gives them a break from their own. And so while it's true that she probably needs to work on her self-esteem, she probably needs, to do some inner examination to make sure that moving forward she doesn't make some of the same decisions in regards to being in a relationship. But the greatest lesson that I'm seeing is that the more you are hypercritical of someone else, the more you highlight your lack of self-awareness. Let that be to whoever it may apply. I love y'all so much. I hope you love yourselves.
OMG. I just finished watching The Danish Deception and I have thoughts and notes. First of all, it means a lot that her name is Onyeka, but she's calling herself Onyeka. I'm so sorry. There's no amount of Americanism that's going to make you pronounce your whole name incorrectly. It does tell about who you are. I'm not trying to come down on you, but I am saying it infers about who you are as a babe. Number one. Number two. Girl, I have been in a long distance relationship too. And one thing's for sure, two things for certain. My current husband told me he worked for one of the biggest tech companies in the world. And I saw him go to the office every day. I saw him make, vlogs and all these special edition TV shows for his company, etc. But one thing's for sure, two things for certain, until I got to where he lived and looked at him sign into his portal, put on his headset, and talk his talk. I didn't believe him. So for the fact that you went so far as to believe him, to get married to him and didn't tell your parents, nah. Yeah, your man is a scammer. He's funny style, etc. But you two, you're funny style. I don't care. Am I proud of this content? Of course I am. I spoke eloquently, I made sense, and I was real. Girl, Onyeka, it's okay just to say, you know what, guys? I was a little dumb. That was dumb of me. That's what actually connects people to people on the internet. That's what made Risa Tiso so likable and gave her a career after this. Be so for real, girl. A little bit of you like the fact that, and hope I'm not overly clocking your tea right now. I'll hold your hand when I say this. We all saw your Instagram, we all see you at the end of all the photos with all your white friends. I'm sure it gave you an ego boost, a social bump when you came in with this tall Danish white man that went to Europe with you in Kenwa. Now you're feeling, more accepted by your white friends. Now you're feeling like, your white friends are feeling like your husband is hot. Let's talk the real reality things now. It's okay to feel like that. That's not an issue, but don't act like, oh my gosh. Really? Only one man. His dog is this. His apartments are flooding. They're catching on fire. This one. The IRS is taking his money. He's going to court hearing. Damn. Auntie, even you too. You're a Nigerian girl from Dallas that goes to the village. Be so for real. You enjoyed a bit of the tease, and that's a part of the reason why you kept it running for so long. And a part of the reason why you didn't even leave him. He had to leave you. Like, sis, I'm not even trying to, like, you know, jump on you. I'm just more saying, if you're gonna come with this long story, be for real.
So we've all seen the Danish deception by now, and I haven't said a word because I make it a point not to speak on or about Black women because it is not my place, right? But her latest video talking about how shocked she is that the Black community is not supporting her, I mean, I just cannot shut up anymore, and I have to say something. What you don't understand is that the reason that the Black community is not supporting you is because had this dude been Black, okay, you and your friends that gave him money would never have been in this situation. If this dude were Black, the second that he told you that he was in the Olympics, you would have Googled that shit. The second that he told you that he was royalty, you would have like, I don't know about that. Let me Google it. The second that you went to his mama's house and it didn't match the home that you expected of a royal person, those would have been huge red flags to you as to, is this guy telling me the truth? If he were Black, you would have done all those things. The reason that you didn't do all those things is because this was a tall white dude that looked like Thor. And you were so enchanted by him and so happy that you had this big white dude in love with you that you didn't want to see the red flag. So miss me with that nonsense that the community that you would have been so prejudiced against had this dude been Black all of a sudden is not supporting you. Yeah, they're not going to support you because the reason you're in this situation is because this dude is white and this is what you wanted for your life and this was your dream. Had he been Black, you wouldn't be here and you know it.
I know Oneka is telling all her white friends this is why she's not friends with Black folks because y'all eating her up, y'all. I know she telling them, yeah, you see them in my comment section. This is why I'm not friends with them.
Should never have been called the Danish deception. It should have been called the desperate American. Sorry, I said it. It should have been called the woman who was so desperate to marry that she ignored 857,000 red flags, gave away her entire life savings, and then begged the man to stay with her after he robbed her and tried to flee the country, and then offered to drive him his passport. It should have been called the woman who sensed a tiny little bit of money in a man she met while traveling, so hung the fuck on for dear life until he drained her and her family's entire savings accounts. Like, it should have been called the woman who, when she was on the bones of her ass and had not $2 to rub together, traveled halfway around the world with a man who robbed her. That's what it should have been called.
All right, there you have it, everyday people, man. Let me know what y'all think about this crazy situation in the comment section. It seems that the women are not buying it. They're not buying the whole story. Now, the story may be true, but they're not buying the sympathy. And this could be possible. A lot of women are saying that she should have took a lesson from Shara 7. You know, and I'm not opposed to Shara 7. I think women should get it how they can. But you know, if that's not your lifestyle, I wouldn't indulge in Sarah 7 because she'll send you down a stupid rabbit hole. And that's kind of the same way that people feel about Kevin Samuels. So we could give all this life advice to people, but if they're stupid, they're just gonna be stupid. And this woman was just stupid. There's no way that I will continue to give men money or women money. Like I'm just continuously giving money, giving, and not receiving anything. I just couldn't do it. It just don't make sense. It don't make sense in my mind to be scammed. It's like to not have any recollection of what this person actually does or what they're doing or where their money going. Like somebody asked me for some money and I gave them the money, but I said, what was the money for? I didn't even say it right off bat. I was waiting to see if this person would tell me. But then when they didn't tell me, finally I asked, what was it for? I just want to know. I'm not going to ask for it back. I just want to know because I wouldn't give out any money that I couldn't like not get back, you know? And the person told me and I was just like, oh, okay, that's what's up. You know, at least, you know, it's to a good cause. But if the person keep asking for money, then I'm gonna start to question, like this person really don't value me. They only value my money. And if I continue to give this person money, then I'm gonna be looking like a fool. And I'm not a fool, you know? So, and I'm just telling y'all this because this goes for family and friends, girlfriends, boyfriends. It goes for whoever. It doesn't just mean that it's a person you dating. It means anybody who is you're constantly pouring into, whether it's financially, whether it's emotionally, whether it's physically, because you can pour into a person physically and they just draining the life out of you because they got your mind so messed up because you putting your semen inside their body and you building an evil emotional connection. You can't pour into people who don't want you to, who don't respect you. Okay, just do better, people. But everybody ain't gonna do better because it's gonna be another Danish deception. It's gonna be another Risa Tisa. It's always gonna be another. Every day there's gonna be another one. And every day, women who comment and watch this stuff and they say, "Oh, look how stupid you are! Look how stupid you are!" Mind you, they got 3 baby daddies and two of them are deadbeats. You know what I'm saying? Like, people that be saying like, "Oh, you have a poor judgment of character," bitch. Listen. People be having poor judgments of character. They don't even be paying attention. They think everybody else do wrong. And that's why people can get in the comments and say so much foul shit to people because they throwing rocks and hiding their hands and throwing rocks at glass houses. Now, y'all need to chill out. Everyday people, like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.